whether you're at home, on the go, or at the stadium.
Welcome to the Centre Bounce, your home for all things AFL Supercoach.
Hey, what's up, everyone? On this 2nd of February, Joe, can I tell you what, mate? I'm excited. It is like 3 weeks until the first practice game. I guess it's the State of Origin games, but I think is that like Valentine's Day or something? Like it's around that time, right? And then the week after is like our practice games, mate. Footy, because of round zero, football is coming really, really, really quick.
That it is. And it's exciting because, honestly, there's not much filling my life at the moment with a lot of joy. It's very, it's that gap.
That's a bit sad, Joe.
It's that gap between the Ashes and the footy. It's just like, for all us sport nuffies, seriously, what do you do in this patch between? We've had the Australian Open. That's finally gone. That's gone as well. Congratulations. Alcaraz looked wonderful against Novaks. But yeah, I can't wait for footy. Footy can't come soon enough.
That's it. Well, we've got a few people in the chat already. I mean, we'll start off today, Joe. I guess it's a bad day for football fans if everyone saw my YouTube short from today. But a good day for salty Essendon fans, Joe. So good. Sorry, Sammy Draper, you left, and instead of you hurting us by not playing, you've now hurt Brisbane. So there you go. West Coast Eagles rule. How you going, mate? We are doing okay, Joe. You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Look, you could take Draper out of Essendon, but you can't take Essendon out of Draper. Is all I'll say at the moment. Come on, guys. You knew this was coming, guys. Like, anyone who thought, oh yeah, a guy coming off of an Achilles injury is just going to walk straight back in as easy as you like. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, he walked in, but he didn't really run in, I suppose. How you going, Mark? Hey, guys. Since nice and warm here, 42 degrees. Yeah, that was us last Tuesday. So isn't karma a bitch? Nice and see the man. Yeah, there you go, Mark. Mark's in the same vein there, Joe. Mass debater. Hey, legends, what do you think of my Supercoach name? Shorty's Supercoach Tug Tour. I don't know if Shorty's going to enjoy that too much. Might call your team Shorty's like fan cams or something, car chats or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Geordie, how you going, Geordie?
I'm the Geordie.
Kobe, how you going, Kobe? Mr. Spanky, my head already hurts. 3 weeks still until Pracky games. There you go. Maltesing, how you going, Maltesing? Evening, lovely people. Went back to training last week. Nice. At the center of your the day after the big heat. The goey is a go, go, go. Just like the go-go dancers. Well, yeah, I'll need to see that in round zero to even have a chance. How you going, Shannon? More time for Supercoach. Should we have a draft? Look, we've had a couple of people talking about leagues. Maybe we'll try and set up a league today, Joe. But the problem with drafts is people don't stick at them. Like, you can have a draft and then you enjoy the actual drafting part. But I find after like week 3, people just give up. Unless you're like work people and you've really got some money on the line or something like that, you really fall off very, very quick. So I knew people that would just draft for the sake of drafting and being like, yep, I made the best team and that's it. So maybe not the same for us, I think. Frank, how you going, Frank? Bring on the preseason. Yeah, Ruckline, Joe. What's your thoughts before we go too crazy into the Supercoach news? Ruckline, I think yes or no, what's happening, set and forget, going cheap, what's happening?
Just pick the rucks who are good at transition and aren't altogether reliant on their hitouts to advantage. I think if there's one thing that we're concerned about from the ruck perspective is you don't know how it's going to affect the players. And it's very rare that it's going to be a positive thing, right? because you have less stoppages, more turnovers, more free kicks. So I would say if you want a good ruck, pick the rucks that can score well without necessarily being overly reliant on hitouts. So I'm thinking like, your Tim Englishes, he wins a hitout only 39% of the time. This guy doesn't really rely on ruck contests for his scoring. For example, he's basically an extra midfielder. Looking at DCAM, he only wins the hitout 40% of the time. Where does he get his points? He gets his points from intercept marking behind the ball. He's one of the best intercept markers in the comp. Looking at Melbourne, you got Gorney. Yeah, he's 48%, but Gorn is Gorn because this guy is not one of those lumbering rucks. He's the agile one that can go behind the play. He's a unicorn. That's why he's the GOAT in a lot of people's estimations for rucks. Gorn is a standalone. If you're a bit concerned about someone, for example, like a Tristan Sherry, he wins it only 41% of the time. So it's not like this guy is overly reliant on hitouts for his scoring. Tristan Sherry gets a lot of his points from tackling and contested possessions. But if you're going to have less stoppages, could be less tackles. But his early run is so easy, though, that it's hard to imagine him not scoring well. So all in all, I think this is one of those years where you can afford to go a little bit differently with your ruck line. And I think a number of different roads will lead to Rome, I think, at some point. And then as the year goes on, I think the bigger rucks will tire. The bigger rucks might cop some more injuries. And it's those athletic rucks that I think will come to the surface. So I don't necessarily think it's... I don't know. For me at this point, I'm looking at Jackson. I mean, Sean Darcy's injured too, isn't he? Sean Darcy? So
I'm not sure. I haven't seen any Sean Darcy injury news.
I saw something about Sean Darcy injury.
I guess for myself, it's more just a bit of a case of we can't really say anything at least until round 0. But if you just jump on the big ones, then at the very least you can pivot, and it's a lot better than getting it wrong, picking the cheaper guys, and then being stuck. It's probably the big thing for me. So it might just be a case of, well, set and forget, and we'll take it as it comes, versus, hey, maybe I'll pick the wrong people, and then that's it, really. Like, I haven't seen any teams, really, that have had better... okay, cool. Well, there you go. I haven't seen any teams, really, that have had a better fixture. Fixture's not right. Better starting team by going super cheap in the ruck. So until I really see it, until I get like, holy shit, this team's got like 5 people left to upgrade, and one of them is the ruck, then I think I'm okay with kind of the position I'm in. But there you go, Sean Darcy, minor calf strain. So we'll see. It's a weird one. Listening to, I think it was Skodfather today, there's a few people in here talking about his latest video, Joe, in the ruck line, and it could end up being Darcy and Cox. And then if Darcy's out, Cox is just going to ruck. So it's not like Luke Jacko is going to get, number 1 ruck and all of the ruck time either. So we'll see what happens. Poet knows it. Yeah, sorry about the Draper news. There you go. Going to the movies or watch TV show, Mark says. There you go. A lot of reprieve, yeah. And Geordie, the same thing. Joe and I were talking it off air as well. Yeah, pretty much.
As soon as people posted that, I was like, oh no. Anyway.
A lot of people saved by Adam Treloar too. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, Treloar.
About Oscar Allen leaving. To be honest, like, he's a fantastic player, but I don't know. Head-to-head league, Joe. Are we doing a head-to-head league? Are we going to do a couple? What's happening? I have not joined any head-to-head leagues, so currently I've got quite a few free. Are you in any at the moment? Are we going to drop a head-to-head Supercoach league for our group?
We can totally do it. I've got no.
I'm going to do it right
issues
now,
with it.
guys.
Yeah,
Right
you
now,
do
I'm
it.
going to do it.
Love it. You do
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to do it.
All right, you do that. I'll keep going through the thing. Why couldn't the Draper Tools happen after round 1? I know, right? It always happens every year, man. Nick, gentlemen, everyone is dropping like flies from Draper to Shrek to Delore to Day. Who have I forgotten? Soon we will hear about Parrish and Young. It's the way of the world, isn't it, Nick? It's going to happen. It's bound to happen, but you just got to embrace the chaos. It's great to see people out there
I
taking
hope it.
names and
I hope it doesn't happen to those two because they legitimately could be not keepers. A lot of people saying Hayden Young could end up being a keeper, but I don't think so. But like a lot of people are banking on them to make their teams, and if they both come out injured before round 1, there's a lot of people who had them. When we were doing our team review, Joe, we had Hayden Young M4. So imagine if he no longer plays, and now they're down like 2 extra midfielders. So yeah, it's a bit rough. Will Day being another one as well.
I'm not against some last minute chaos as long as Supercoach doesn't like crash and break and burn. Like remember last year, was it last year, the year before, when LDU was a last minute out and Supercoach crashed so that no one could get him out of the team? That was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see. Yeah, absolutely, 100%, Mr. Spanky. They're doing God's work. Hey guys, g'day Campbell. Is there any reason no one is talking about Grundy as a serious option? I feel like the rules only favor him, and he went at some crazy post-buy average.
Look, I think. Yeah, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
No, go for it. As I said, he was good.
Yeah, I don't know about his fixture, but I think that definitely has something to do with it. And he has an early buy, so a lot of people have just not talked about him. It's been Cherry, who just has like nobodies for the first 5 weeks. It's been either Max Gorn, the most expensive. People are saying pick him, and they're kind of just set and forget alongside of Jackson. So if you jump on Grundy, mate, go for it. If you feel like he's going to be fantastic, throw him in your team. Be happy. You obviously miss out on an early buy. I think Sydney share with Gold Coast and maybe share with Doggies if you want to pull up the fixtures, Joe. But yeah, that buy round, that round 3 really hurts Campbell because it's all your Doggies players, Darcy, Treloar, Tim English, everybody, all your Gold Coast players, and then all your Sydney players as well. So we saw some teams when we were doing our reviews that had over $2 million out in that round 3. It's a lot of money. Yes, you can cover it. Yes, it's only best 18, but he needs to have like a God fixture to say, I'm going to pick him over other people that don't have that buy. But if it works and you're in the 1%, you could end up going bananas like you did at the end of last year. So,
yeah. Grundy, I don't know. He's not, for me, remind me, is he a run and jumper now at 31 years of age? Is he a run and jumper or has he?
I think so.
He's an extra midfielder for sure, but he does have a full compilation now, full mix. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm not against the Grundy pick, but as some people have mentioned, he is basically Tristan, as Captain Flash, Captain Flash basically said, Sherry is basically Grundy, but without the buy and a better run.
Yeah.
If and the younger. Prices were substantially different, but they're not altogether that different, if you know what I mean. That's the thing. Like the top rucks aren't separated by much in terms of price point. You know, Gorn and English, Gorn and Sherry, for example, are not much more than Grundy. What's the price point? If we were to go, for example, to this ruck line and just look at the rucks, if it would show me the rucks, or it can just kick me out entirely. You can do that, Supercoach. I don't feel bad about that. Why has it done that? That's unbelievable.
I'm here trying to make the banners for the leagues, and you're having trouble.
Yeah, just kick me out. So if we look at the rucks, Gorn 689 and Sherry 687, and there's only 10K difference. Like it's not like you could just go set and forget and know that these two are going to be incredible options without a buy. it's ultimately comes down to the buy. So regardless of how good Grundy does, he's going to have to do substantially better than Sherry and Gorn to make up for the fact that he plays one less game for you. A lot of times, that's basically it. As simply as it is. Let's see, where am I up to here? I like what we did with the... Yeah, well, community team is still a thing, Maltesing. We will certainly be doing community team. Obviously, that's a members team. So every Tuesday night, if you're a member, you'd be part of the process of building a community team. The community team is voted on by all of the members on the Tuesday night live stream. We look at the upcoming, we discuss the strategy, we look at and we vote on who we want as the trade-ins and the trade-outs. We vote on the VCs and the Cs. It's a lot of good fun.
Hey.
Godfather's what rocks. I know, right?
Hey, how you doing, Dylan? How's it going, mate?
You're doing well,
for everybody who's in here, get your leagues ready because I'm about to drop the first league code. Now, I have made 2 leagues for today. So please, if you join the first league, don't join the second league. I'm going to PM Joe the league code so he can actually join it. Otherwise, it's a little bit awkward. So give me 2 seconds. But make sure that you guys have your leagues ready to go. I'm about to do it. That is code 1.
Yeah, I need the code first because if I don't have the code,
that's true.
And you guys plug in, then I can't be in our own league.
That's code number 1.
All right.
That's code number 2.
Just doing this on the
fly, your leagues ready, boys and girls. How's it going, Dylan? Where are we up to? Let me try.
Join a league. Join a private league.
Anyone else thinks that's overstating the... Yeah, I mean, like, we said the same thing about the stand rules when they first came in. We said the same thing about all the other rules when they first came in. We said the same thing about the flex and the best 22 out of 23 when it happened. The game will adapt. Everything will adapt. I do think there's going to be a little bit more of a balance, though, in terms of 2 or 3 years ago, it felt like the rucks weren't scoring as much as what they are now. So maybe we'll go back to what that level of scoring was. But it is big wait and see, and we'll wait and see for round 0. Right drafts are boring. There you go. Tops rights will score big. Yep. Still on the Cherry and Jackson. Nice. I've got Cherry in English at the moment. I'm just waiting to see kind of what happens, and then I'll pivot that way. Strategies for draft. Should Harry Sheezel be taken before any of the other mids? I think forward line's a little bit scuffed. So it's nice to have the biggest, but I think you just want to pick the best players, especially for the first couple of rounds. And if he comes up as being that, yes, he will score okay. And yes, the other ones will score okay as well. Maybe there's not as much difference, depending, Campbell, on how many people you have in your draft. But kind of, you've got Bontempelli and probably Butters, and then the rest, the next to like 10 are probably all comparable in terms of scoring. So if Harry Sheezel's left and then all those guys are left, maybe pick him first. But he's probably good for like a 110, whereas the other guys might be scoring a bit better. But there you go. If he's got 20 points on the next, then that might be the way to go. Gorn is the number 1 scoring ruck. There you go. Definitely going Gorn. One thing to think about Gorn as well is that he hasn't been training as much early on, but it's only a hand injury. It's not like he's done his hamstring or anything like that. He's still only like 40. He's not that old. But it is only a hand injury. It's not like he's done a Horn Francis, for example. Are you in the first league, Joe? You've got it there ready?
Yeah, I'm in both of them. All
right, cool. So, guys, that is your first league code there, everybody. Good luck to you. If you get in the first league, please don't join the second league. 194872 is the code. There you go. Let's pump out some more questions, Joe.
Let's have a look and see. I'll keep this thing here so we can see
how
it refreshes.
That's all right. Next one there.
Also, I want to just mention with Jackson.
Yep.
With Jackson, I get that there can be some trepidation about how good he is as a midfielder. I think there's no doubt that he's going to have some rock contests because it is a new game. And I think it can be really easy to overlook that. I think the most important rule out of all of them is the fact that the umpires are not going to wait for the nominated ruckman.
They're just going to throw it.
They're just going to throw it up where it is. And I think if the allure of a Jackson type is that if he's playing on ball with his athleticism, there will be a lot of times where his direct opponent isn't actually a ruckman. He could be just up against their tallest midfielder, whoever it might be. If the ruck can't get to that contest or isn't there, and the ball just gets thrown up, I actually can see a world where Jackson ends up getting more hitouts to advantage, playing as an on-baller rather than as your traditional ruck, because there will be, and that's the reason why I'm interested in a Bontempelli type, just in case if English happens to be off the field, having a spell, and the ball is not in the forward line. A lot of times I anticipate it's going to be a tall Bontempelli running and going for the ruck contest because of just how big he is compared to his direct opponent. So I think you can look at the previous year and say, oh, he didn't score very well, but that's because he was literally waiting for a ruck opponent every single time. And if we look at his statistics last year, every single game he played last year, he had more center bounces than he had ruck contests. So he's now had a year playing and getting that development and exposure as an on-baller. And for a first time, I think he's done a very good job. He averaged 113.5 over 21 games. So he's averaged 113.5, and I think there's going to be an uptick to his scoring potential in being up against midfielders in ruck contests. No early buy, a great fixture at 611K. I really do, no disrespect to Scott. I love Scott, reckon he's the best. I really hope a lot of people do watch that video and get scared off of him. I honestly think 24 years of age, with his size, his athleticism, and the new rules, I love him. I love Jackson. I probably can't see myself not starting him. Plus a Darcy injury as well. It's chef's kiss to me, personally. But that's just my opinion.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's see, how many people have joined the league now?
It's full.
Yet?
That first one's full. Yeah, I'm going to drop the second one in about 5-10 minutes, guys. Maybe we'll get a third one, considering we've got to hit over 50 people. So if you guys haven't already, like, share, subscribe. Love the support, and we'll get the leagues going too. Let's find out where we're up to, Joe. Anything wrong with the Holmes pick? No, I don't think so. I think we jumped up for a couple of questions, but I don't mind the Holmes pick. Geelong post their bye have a lot better fixture than heading up to the bye, which I think a lot of people are scared of. I don't think they share their early bye with anyone really vital as well, so you can kind of get away with doing it because they've got the first bye. Like a lot of us aren't picking Brisbane. Maybe you've got a Nick Dacos and things like that. But I just think their fixture early isn't the best. But if you want to go a Pod Campbell, chuck him in there, mate. Not many people are going to start him. And people might end up chasing the pick pretty quick. I guess the only thing is that if he does pop off in round 0, few people might jump on. It's probably the only thing. So, yeah, just something to have a look at. Or they may pivot. They might say, oh, my pick at that price isn't that great. And don't miss out on an early price change versus like a St Kilda or a GWS player. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, we got G-Bags.
Hey, G-Bags. How you going, mate?
You generous man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the 5. You didn't have to do that. We read through all of the comments, but you're a legend anyway. With Draper likely missing round 1. Oh, certainly missing the first 2, apparently.
Well, yeah, he's guaranteed to miss round 1.
Who are the best value ruckman for R2? I was thinking of bringing in Flynn or Sweet.
Look, I think that Flynn won't be sharing as much, but there is potential for him to do that, especially with Cooper Duff Tyler featuring quite heavily in the practice matches being that ruckman. Sweet, I've heard, is still in contention with being the number 1 ruckman at Port Adelaide. So yes, he is a bit cheaper, but Vicentini may kick him out of his spot. I think this year potentially could be a year of us just going set and forget and then doing that. Like, just pick the best 2 guys you can. Maybe a value ruckman isn't the way to go. That's at least what it's looking like at the start. And then we'll see kind of what happens from there. That might be the best way to look at it for right now. Port do have a great run, but if Sweet has a bad game, Vicentini comes in or takes a majority of the time, and then you spent $480K for like a 60. So it's not great. And I don't know if you can show Jack. Can we show Jack?
Sweet. I don't know. I had Sweet for a period of time just because of how.
And thank you, Mr. Spanky, for the new membership too. I don't know if I can show it on the screen. Oh yeah, there you go. Jack
as well. Jack and the Mr.
Thanks
Spanky.
so much, Jack.
You guys are absolute legends. Welcome to the Coach's Box. You also now get Tuesday night live streams with us, and you'll be part of the community team. It is chaos, but it's chat all over our own teams. I think last year it was a really good team. Look, I'm going to say neither at this point, but if as the preseason progresses and it looks like Vicentini isn't realistically a chance, and that it's now in preseason, you have to have 2 rucks for your intra clubs.
Yep.
If Lynn comes out as a clear number 1, which I do think Sweet will be the number 1. I don't think realistically Vicentini is at a stage of his development where he can just take the number 1 spot and run with it. I do think at this stage, Carr's going to want to put his best foot forward. I think he's going to play the established ruck. They've got Butters on his last year. They can't afford
they need
to be wasting time experimenting with a new young ruckman trying to build connection. I personally think it's going to be Sweet, who is the number 1 ruck. So if you really want to go cheap out of those 2, it's probably going to be Sweet, in my opinion. But I'm not a big advocate for that. I think you can get someone like a Jackson type and be pretty happy with it, in my opinion. At 611K, I don't think he's overly expensive at 611K. All right. Sort of saw those. No early buy for Gorn. Same with Sherry. Absolutely. And do you think Harley will all of a sudden be disciplined and not give away so many frees?
Well, that's the thing. If he doesn't, if he pulls his head in a little bit, he could end up for a +5 or 10 score just off the back of it. I'm not sure about his free numbers off the top of my head, but a free kick is normally what, 4 or 5 points, Joe. So 2 or 3 of those less per game. Why not, hey?
I just think he's going to be this. Even if he's not ill-disciplined, he's going to be the person that they go for. Elliot Yo's not in that midfield anymore to protect and support him. He's now playing off half-back. So if I'm a direct opposition, I'm sending a guy immediately to Harley Reid, pushing his buttons and trying to nullify his influence. So at the moment, there's still a very young team, West Coast Eagles, and I can't see them. They'll have games where they challenge, but Harley Reid's absolutely the star in that midfield, and they'll go straight to him like moths to a flame. So I like him. I love him, just not at this stage. I'm willing to wait for him to continue developing, and hopefully his team can develop around him as well so that he's not just the go-to guy that gets shut down. Luke Jackson appealing with Darcy already injured. Yep, agreed. So happy with Sherry getting state of origin. Yes, Causa. Absolutely.
Oh, we got it. Because I know there was
Yeah.
a big controversy about no North players being picked. And then it was like, hey, we don't want our guys to get injured. So there you go, Cherry State of Origin, Joe. News for me.
Their state of origin team.
Carver complaint. Not too worried if I have players that missed the early buys for Gold Coast. There's early buy around 12. Yeah, just got to be really careful of that Gold Coast buy Maltesing. A lot of good teams have that early buy. That's my only issue with them so far. As I said before, we did have some teams that were like $2 million. So once that starts happening, it really starts to hurt because I've got a primo and you've got a rookie at that point. Early run for Cherry's pretty, yeah. And that's what I'm thinking too, Geordie. So we just got to wait and see as to how that kind of figures itself out. Okay, starting Miles Bergman straight. Look, this is what I thought, Campbell. This was the idea with my team, was that at least Bergman and McKercher, just due to how good their early run is, if it comes round 6 and everyone's had their buys, I'm more than happy to say, cool, you've made your money that you need to, you've done your run, chuck him in there, fantastic. So yeah, I'm more than happy to do that if that's what we have to do, and just plan it that way and say by round 6 I'll have an extra two locked in premiums in your backline. You've negated all the buys. You've done really well. Yep. Why not? Play the early fixtures as much as you can, man.
100%.
Rux, Meek with Black. Nice. Mark's gone Meek, Joe. There you go.
Blessed are the meek. Look, early buy for Meeky, and not entirely sure he can match
so many players, man.
That he can match it with the Gorns and the Sherrys and the Englishes and the Jacksons. I think he's definitely more of the big boys. You know, that this game going more on the outside with speed. I don't think the game style suits him these days, Mark. But obviously happy to be proven wrong as time goes on. I hope heaps of teams try and skimp on the rucks. Just mean one part of the ground will get a huge jump. Exactly. Look, every year, there's always people that try to mess around in the rucks. And guess what? The rucks tend to be the line that cause the biggest headaches if you don't do a set and forget. You really need things to work out. And speaking from experience, I got screwed, man, with I went with Sweets, and I thought I could make a massive cash jump and score well. Then the guy gets COVID and then never gets played again. So you just never know what's going to happen with the rucks. It's really difficult. I remember when a certain host said no. Yes, Mr. Spanky. Gone. Look, it wasn't last year. It was the year before. It was 2 years ago. But Mr. Spanky,
knee injury. No. Gorn did his knee, everybody. Look. Oh, Gorn. Oh. And half the competition said no. And then he came out and dropped like 3 130s. And
I got destroyed. I got so badly destroyed as a result. Oh, that was funny. That was so funny, bro. But it was like yesterday, Mr. Spanky. It was just like yesterday. And there's no way Luke Jackson will be solo rucking even if Darcy injured, because they brought.
Yeah, Nathan Cox is in there for a reason. Plus,
he's in there for a reason.
Forwards who can ruck. Yeah,
exactly. But the thing is, he's not just there as a ruck. He's there playing on ball, which means that with the quick ball ups, you know, I don't think Darcy is that mobile if he's playing to be able to get from contest to contest, and neither is Cox. Neither of those guys are going to be able to attend all of these stoppages around the ground. Jackson, as an on-baller, will. So Jackson will be in that prime position where he can get all of these hit-outs against midfielders, whilst also being an on-baller, I think.
So maybe we run triple ruck, Joe. We go Cherry, Jacko, and then English at the flex just for some fun.
Look, I am running triple rucks, but my ruck in the flex doesn't have ruck status.
Is someone else that people have asked about too in the chat.
Exactly. My ruckman isn't. My ruckman's only a defender at this point, but he will get ruck status come round 6. I also like Cameron this year. Yeah. DCAM again. DCAM gets his points, intercept marking around the ground. Exactly. The game suits him as well. Oh, Johnny,
Thanks
on
very
you,
much,
Johnny.
John. Thank you very much for the support, everybody, and John especially. Been chatting to him on Twitter at the moment, so yeah, it's been good fun.
Absolutely.
Picking my brains.
Abs is loving the 119k auction as he wants
Bro.
elite players.
The thing with Skodfather, I think he's fantastic. He's great to talk to and everything like that, but his brain works a little bit differently, and he's trying to find an advantage in a lot of positions. He is more than happy to run a ruck that scores 60s and 70s if he can get an advantage somewhere else. And I think for a lot of people in Supercoach land, that's not what they want, and that's not what you guys are going to want to do. And when your rucks do start scoring that, you're not going to be happy because other people's rucks are going to be scoring 80 to 90 points ahead. Goes back to what I was saying about, hey, might be less rookies on field and less upgrades and stuff like that, but it's not necessarily what a lot of people are going to go for. So just take kind of what he's doing with a grain of salt a little bit. The only way you can really jump into the top 10, especially at the start of the season, is to have a team that's different and a team that goes bang very, very early. And that might be the way that he goes, and he spends all these trades in the first 18 weeks, and then that's it. So it will be, his run will be a bit different than a lot of people here, but just don't take what he's doing by gospel. It's probably a little bit of a warning sign for you guys.
And the amazing thing about Scott is that he gives you that warning as well. He says this is just brainstorming. What I'm saying here isn't necessarily means it's the way to go. So shout out to the Scott father. Absolutely love that guy to bits. I think that having these injured players dropping early is a blessing. Well, it's a blessing for the people who are hoping to start those players Maltesing. For those of us who were always against them, we're a little bit peeved that we didn't get an advantage. You know what I mean?
Because it's like round one, everyone's spending a forced trade.
Exactly.
Than what we've had to. Guys, get your leagues up and running. We do have a cheeky 61 people on, so I may open up a third league for you guys to celebrate those people that are watching. But this is the league code for our league number 2. So there you go, guys. Jump on that before you can. If I see you in both leagues, I'm going to kick you out. So just a fair warning, guys. Just a fair warning. So that's our league code. Let's bump out a couple more questions, Joe.
Nothing wrong with Brent Daniels, Geordie. I like Brent Daniels, and if you ask Causa might name his future son.
Causa wants.
What happened to your voice? Did you turn off your mic or something?
No, I'm here.
Oh, that your voice is back. I don't know.
Yeah. If Causa could invite him to his wedding, I think he would. That's how much Causa loves Brent Daniels. So if the pick works out, it works out. And you can pivot at F3. You can pivot to some other players at 300k. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. No, I love Brent Daniels. I think he really was a massive piece missing from the Giants last year with his injuries. He's one of the best, if not the best, high half forwards going around. He's so hard at it, works his ass off, great connector, and he can hit the scoreboard. I love me some Brent Daniels. He's amazing. What's up, Kevin Flash? Good to see you, my friend. Ready to rock and roll. Bring that. Yep, absolutely. Please, guys, if you're in one, don't join the other one. No need to cause us to kick you out. Glad none of my mid-prices are injured. Yeah, you're bringing it into fruition, bro. You can't jinx it, Flash, man. Come on, man. You can't be doing this. That's the second code. Changing my team to Madolling. I love it, Maltese. It's really good. King Kong Grundy, yes, sir. Yeah, so that one. What's wrong with Trelaw? He's got a here. Trelaw had a low-end hamstring injury last week. But, with Trelaw, low-end hamstrings, no such thing. The fact that he's got any hamstring injury is pretty bad. Need I remind you, the guy did 2 hammies at the same time. That's not easy to do.
He did a Vince McMahon, Joe. He did both his hammies.
Cheese! Oh, cheese is absolutely ridiculous. It's the time of the year when I'm spending half my day on bloody Supercoach changing my side. Just calm it down, bro. Just calm it down. Work production takes a major dip at our... Well, the practice games are coming, and
I can't wait.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll
Right.
be fine. Where can I find stats on players that assist scoring? On players that you mean like getting score assists? So like the midfielders kicking it into the forward line. It's actually a very good question. Is there a score assist somewhere? I'll have to look into that for you, Maltesing. That's a very good question. Grundy has little legs, low center of gravity. I kept reading he was a wrestle guy. Yeah, that's what I thought too. How many early buy promos is too many? I'm currently running 1 for round 2, 2 for round 3, 2 for round 4. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I would probably run 1 or 2 Campbell max, not including rookies, because hopefully you've got enough rookies that you can cover the rookies. But I probably wouldn't be looking for more than 2. More than 1.5 million is probably too much. Now, that round 3 is really tricky because there's at least 3 really good teams that have players.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm considering maybe not going a Rao plus a Petrarca plus a Grundy, because right now that's what, 1.7 million out in your team. It's a lot of money. If Reedy scores 100 that week and he's on my bench, then he covers Grundy, fantastic. But you kind of have to plan for the worst in Supercoach and hope for the best. And not put yourself in positions where you can be behind 100 plus points in a single week, because it's hard to catch up sometimes.
Yeah, I don't mind, especially if it reduces the load of round 12, because round 12 is going to be really hard. Like, you can have a team that avoids the early buys, but really cop it hard in round 12, because a lot of us will have North and Port players. So regardless of what happens, I think if you cop it a bit early, where, again, not a lot of people have got high premium teams. Some people might have gone for a more mid-pricer team. So it's not like you're necessarily going to get heavily punished. And it's best 18. You never know. Other people's premiums that week could get injured and not count as part of their best 18. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to start with some early buy players, considering how bad round 12 will be for midfield and defense. And then you look at the last round with round 16, how scuffed that's going to be for our forward lines. Yep. Like, obviously Myers, Cozzy Pickett, Flanders. There's quite a few, Darcy. There's quite a few players that you could have. So yeah, so round 12 and round 16 are both pretty bad. So if your starting team has a few in the early buys, I don't necessarily think it's that bad. You guys,
Joe.
Yes.
If you just check private chat, I put the link for what I found in terms of score assists. Just in there.
It says page.
And I've also got our third league code, guys. That's opened up as well. So
I'll join that.
Joe puts in that one as well. And we'll open up the third league for you guys. But yeah, that's what I kind of found. Score assists.
It says the score assist thing said that there was nothing there when I clicked on the link.
Huh?
Yeah, when I clicked on it, it just says page not found. Like, it looks like this.
Weird. Because it works for me.
Maybe you share the screen then.
Yeah, I can do that. 1 sec.
Do I reckon Cooper Duffalo is a good pick? Look, I think he's going to be playing more forward, personally, and because he's still too young, too raw to be playing as a ruckman. So I think picking a key forward for West Coast is going to be wrought with danger, I think. And plus, it's very expensive.
Maltesing, all I did was just Google search score assists AFL, and it's come up with Footy Wire. These are the rankings that I've got so far for that. I don't know what's happened to the link because Joe said it doesn't work anymore, but that's what we've got in terms of score assists. Ed Richards, number 1 with 35. Brad Close with 30. Dangerfield 30. Bont with 27. Cluggage 26. And then working its way down as well. So, yeah.
Pretty good.
Something there. Yeah. Doggies and Geelong like to share it. Their midfielders like to kick into the front.
Who would have thunk it?
And then kick goals. Yeah. So
yeah, exactly. Who would have thunk it?
It's amazing. It's not too bad.
Grundy was absolutely across the line and wrestle ruck. There you go. That's what I'm thinking. Like he hasn't been a run and jump ruckman ever since he did his ACL against the Bombers that Anzac Day. Ever since that day, I feel like he's very much been a ground level ruck, which the rules do not suit. Thoughts along with Sherry Jackson with English at the flex.
Do it.
Why
You're
not?
going to be someone different. You're going to have something different compared to the competition. You just have to realize that your team may have 1/2 less like players across the other lines, but you'll have those 3. And if you expect that those 3 are going to be huge scorers for you, if you think that they're going to be like number 1, 2, and 3 in the position, go for it, man. Do something different. That's all I'm going to say. Be different. Do something different if you can. Don't do a Mark Lavelle, unfortunately, and go like a whole bunch of mid prices and guys.
Shot Mark. Don't pot shot Mark. Mark's a legend, all right?
I know. I'm just saying, don't. Mark would agree with me. Don't pick a bunch of rando players we've never heard of. But yeah, be different as long as it's feasible. Sorry, Mark. I love you.
Right. Mark picks Lloyd Meek. You've never heard of Lloyd Meek before, have you?
He's the other. I saw his team reveal, Joe.
Yeah, so did I. Lots of it's in the movie.
There you go. Done.
BJ Williams to the moon.
Done.
Oh,
love you, Mark.
Members team, top 100%.
Yeah, do it.
Tatum.
Go for it, man. We can do it.
Members team is bellissimo. Geordie, I really like English, 100%. And the benefit to him being round 16 also is that he carries you through all of the bye rounds before he finally has his second one. The round 12 bye players are a little bit more annoying because you can't trade them out to anybody. Because anybody you trade out of round 12, their bye's coming up. So round 16, it's pretty nice. Hello, beautiful men. Hello, beautiful viewer. You are awesome. I've had a great 2 weeks. My dad has spent 10 days with me in Norway, been traveling by car around the country. Bro, Norway, I had a mate of mine. He's Serb. He went to Norway to visit his mum who lives in Norway, and he showed me photos. I swear, Norway is on my bucket list. Not just because you've said it to me. I had it in my mind. I've got to go to Norway, and for me, I love the weather. I love the cold. I've got to go. I've got to go there eventually. 100%. Good to hear. Good to hear. If Kyle Langford, asks Crimson, is a high half forward, move behind the ball role similar to the year he averaged 90, any interest? I don't think he has that role though, Crimson. I think our full complement of backline, our players at the moment are healthy, and he's just playing as a half forward at the moment. No behind the ball action. I'm good, thanks, personally. G'day, you beautiful humans. G'day, Globes. Good to see you, my friend. Been nice not to look at Supercoach for a while. Focus on family time. I had a shocking phone call yesterday from the last December. No! So sorry to hear that, Jack. Oh,
Sorry, Jack.
no.
Sorry, mate.
Thoughts and prayers with you, man. Thoughts and prayers with you in this tough time. If you want a message, please hit us up. Hit us up if you want a message. Oh, man, that's very sad. Oh, Jesus. Well done, Tatum. Well done, Cap and Flash, getting in. Jack, did you make it into the second one at least? Or the third one, please? I'm a degenerate when it comes. Well done, Cheese. I'm worried about Gorn not being able to sustain the scores of yesteryear.
Potentially, but I don't think there's going to be as much pressure on him because other people are going to be expected to do some rucking across different lines. So I really don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. He might not get as much ruck time and things like that, but Gawn's always been really good at taking like those clunker marks and those intercepts and those intercept plus kick that always end up making him jump by 20 points and everyone hates him. So, yeah, I think he'll be okay.
Spoken from experience, when you bet against the great man, when you bet against a great man, he just backhands you and says, "Shame on you for doubting me." So yeah, I never doubt Gawn again until he says, "I'm done." He's not done. Well done, everyone getting in there. Still wait 10 seconds or so players will be slow getting to their feet and returning ball whilst runs ruck. Players are clever. True, players are clever, but there is such a thing as time wasting. And if the umpires pick up on deliberate slowing tactics, they can pay a free kick against. And if Jackson's there as a midfielder, nothing stopping Jackson from taking that free kick, which counts as 3 points. So that, so even there, there's a possibility for Jackson points. In on Tanner Bruin, I'll have to wait a bit more. I don't know enough about what Geelong's going to do with their midfield. They've also added the Warpedo from the Hawks, so there's a bit to go through the Geelong midfield. I think. Will this ruck rule also make Cripps? I think so. I think so, Crimson. I think the big body, those big mids, like Cripps, like Bond, like Jackson now, I think these guys are going to be, depending on how serious the AFL and the umpires are about the ball moving quickly and not waiting, I can see a world where there's a lot of rucks not making it to every single contest. Therefore, the biggest midfielder, a la a Cripps, could get some hitouts. But would he be relevant? I don't know about
that. They're going to play Reedy and Pitnet at the same time. That's my only wary point on it. I wouldn't be banking on it as an excuse to pick Cripps at 520k. Let it be a nice surprise if it happens, but don't think that it's going to happen straight away. Otherwise, you may be disappointed pretty hard.
Ray Joe, Love Jackson, currently have Sherry, English, and Jackson in flex. Beautiful. Very nice.
Do it. Be different. What's up, Hawksy? How you doing, mate?
No hello for me? All right, I see how it is.
Sorry,
Stuff you, Hawksy. Stuff you, Hawksy. No, Crimson will spend more time forward, has been in match team. Oh, okay, there you go. More forward for Cripper this year. Do you think Horn Francis and Cripps will get early DPP?
I don't even know if Horn Francis is going to play straight away, to be honest. But we'll wait and see. I think just the way that the forward line has been set up a little bit this year and not having as many players available, we may get a few early DPPs. And it's a lot easier to have early DPP than it is to have DPP in total. Unless you only debut in like round 4, because it is calculated over the entirety of your games, not just the games between round 6 and round 12. So if you play the whole season, it's really hard to get DPP in round 18 if you're a primo, because it's the rest of the games all put together. You basically have to just be plonked in the forward line.
If what Tatum's said is true, it's possible. Cripps forward would be bloody beautiful if that was the case.
He's locked in then, isn't he?
He's locked in. If he gets forward status, you lock him in. Jackson in the last year's been 100%. Jackson will be top 4 ruck this year. I'm pretty confident about that. I agree. I think he beats Grundy this year. And then he's competing with Bourne, Sherry, and English. So, yeah, I'd have him top 4 as well, for sure. is there somewhere we can find a breakdown of how players score points? The eye test tells me that
Yes.
Gawn gets a lot of points. That's true. He does.
If you just go to your make your team section at the bottom of it now, it's actually got what used to have when you looked at help, and it shows what players get for each score. So a lead mark is this, a knock on is this, contested knock on, all that kind of stuff. Effective kick, clanger kick, it shows you how much. It might not give you an exact breakdown, Crimson, of Gawn got this many of this in the same game, but it tells you what each thing is worth. So you just have to follow it along there. I don't think it has intercept marks and stuff on DFS, Joe, from memory.
I don't think so, no. I'm just wondering if a website like Wheelo gives an indication. So, for example, I don't know if you guys know. Now, we did a video a couple of years back now
might have to do
about the type of the different websites and the different resources that we use for research. I love Wheelo ratings. I think it's great statistics across the board in footy. Let's see. So you can tell you that hit outs.
Yeah, Footy Wire has like inside 50s and clangers and stuff, but
5.9 per game. Time on ground, disposals. He gets like 21 disposals, 21 possessions. Contested marks gets 2.3. 2.3. So, I mean, I'll have to look into it in a bit more detail for you. But Big Max, for example, 137 Supercoach, and he had 23 disposals with 4 inside 50s, 14 contested possessions. It goes into a bit of detail. I like it for general footy stuff. I don't tend to use it for Supercoach purposes, but there's quite a few questions that are being raised today where you might just look at, for example, intercepts. He had 6 intercepts that game, 4 handball receives, 7 marks, and then you can sort of add them up based on what Big J told you at the bottom of the Supercoach. Obviously, it doesn't factor in scaling and whatnot, but you could manually calculate where the points are coming from per player if you look at their stats and then add and subtract. So I don't know. I hope that's of some help there, Crimson. I'll make a note to myself to look into that as well, and I'll see when I have time. I'll research the breakdown of Gawn's scoring in terms of percentages, and I might make a video about it and present it in the next one. Gawn scoring breakdown percentage. Any other players that you want to know about, like Jackson, for example? I might make a video for those and present my findings. And fingers crossed it is of benefit. Jordy, I'll admit I'm starting to warm up to starting Bont. Still really don't like his early fixture, but if there's any player who can average 130 plus, it's true. I mean, there's a reason why we say Bont is Bont, right? So let's have he does have a tough fixture. What was his fixture again? Remind me. Team. Western Bulldogs. So he plays against the Lions, Giants, and Crom in the first 3. All right. What did he score? Lions, Giants, and Crom. Let's have a look at those first 3 and see in recent times what he's scored against them. Okay. So Crom, last time he played him, he scored a 174, if you don't mind. Where they're playing in Adelaide, he scored a 119, a 120, we're going really far back now. Let's just say last time he played him, he scored a 119. So that's pretty good. Against the Lions, where's he playing? Gabba. Last time he saw that, he scored a 126. That's pretty good. And then you got the Giants. Last time he played against the Giants, what did he do? Where they're playing? They're playing at Marvel. Marvel, Giants, scored a 151. So it's very possible. Even with a tough first three, the guy could average 130. Bont is Bont. And I sort of mentioned it in my $0 team if you haven't seen it. Similar to a Cripps, similar to what we're going to see with Jackson. He's a big boy. And if there's a period of time where English isn't on the field for whatever reason, or he's not in position and the ball is thrown up, I'm very confident that the guy who goes for the hit out will be Bont. No Maltesing. It's best to just to join the one league, just so that as many people here on the stream can join and have some fun. Charles, good to see you. Charles, been so busy lately. All good. No need to apologize, my friend. Flynn, yeah, I know, right? Flynn. Do we actually know how many seconds they're willing to wait? It's a very good question, but we will see in the preseason. We'll see it with the State of Origin game, hopefully. We'll see it in round 0. So we'll get some sample size. At the moment, I don't think they've actually advertised or announced how many seconds they're going to wait. All we know is they're just, if you're not there, you're not there. Bad luck. So we'll see what happens. Round 0 scores will still 100%. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Tatum. I want to do this for a while, gents. I want to do this amazing bit. Much appreciated, Jack. Thank you so much for your support, even in such difficult circumstances for you. Can't imagine how hard it is for you at this point in time with your loss. I'm really sorry to hear that. And yeah, you're a legend, mate. You're a superstar. Sweet isn't going to play round 1. You never know, man. You never know. Pretty sure global wording is something like a reasonable time. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the reasonable time is. If we know the AFL, there's nothing reasonable. There's very few things that are reasonable with the AFL. You know my opinion. Nick, are we really on the Josh Rochelle hype out of Adelaide? No, not really big on the Josh Rochelle hype. That's why you are literally the first person to mention him here on all night long, Nick. Fair to say, we're not aboard. With Draper out, you could go fourth, even if you only get 2 weeks of him in the number 1 ruck. Could go with Fort, but I mean, he has the bye early. Why would you bank him in? He's not even going to score that amazing. And then you're going to have to... Okay, there you go. Actually, don't do that. Yep, good. Glad you caught yourself. Just managed to get a League 1. Well done, John. You're a superstar. Sweet will be the number 1 ruck, Vizentini. Yeah, you wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so. How old is Dante these days? I mean, these Vizentinis, man, they got such awesome names. Dante. How old is Dante? Dante was born 2003. He's 23 years old. He's still a kid in ruckman years at 23 years of age. Happy to wait on Dante. His time's coming though. His time is coming. Maybe in the next year or 2, he could be a good pickup for us. But yeah, I think he's still a touch young. After 3 years, I should pay up. After 3 years, I should pay up. 3 years of what? Consuming our content? Nothing is obligated, mate. Nothing is obligated here. We give freely. Yeah, no, Vizentini looking to be the man ruck. We'll see. And media reports also saying this. We'll see. There are some teams. There are some teams that will play the 2 ruck system. There are others who won't. I don't think that it's guaranteed how things are going to play out. Obviously, the media isn't what dictates what's going to happen with Port Adelaide. That will be Josh Carr. I don't mind the Dante Vicentini. He's a sneak. Oh, that's why I had Jordan Sweet in my first team the one that I released in the preseason, because the early fixture for Port, is just piss weak. But
sorry, fellas.
We'll see what happens. Vicentini isn't really new. He's been there for a few years now. Yeah, but he's still 23. The kid's he's still a kid.
He's still skinny.
In ruckman years, they take time to fill out. Now, because of the new ruck rules, he doesn't have to fill out as much as previous rucks had to. But still, at 23 years of age, happy to wait for him. Mark, I guess my Supercoach team has been changed. Farrow, Merritt, Parrish, Sharp, Kaka, and Blackest are all my side at the moment. So how many bombers is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombers. Hey, look, I don't mind any of them. And if you want to go with Kako because of the high half forward role, he has been our standout at training. But again, it's a bit of a question mark whether or not he's worth the selection at that price point. I would love to hear your thoughts on Petrarca at F2. I'm also considering Riley Philthorpe and Sam Darcy as options, and Cozzy is looking like a solid budget F2 M8 pick.
Look, I think you can almost pick all of them. I don't think you need to worry too much. Our forward lines may end up being that the whole game is rookie dependent, right? That's what Supercoach is. That's what it's about. So if there's not enough rookies in a position, you stack the position. The forward line may end up getting to that point. We've already lost Treloar. We might lose a couple of other players. You might just decide, hey, I think Cozzy Pickett is going to be a keeper, so I'd rather save the 100K to get him later on. The same with Philthorpe and Darcy and guys like Sam Flanders. So you might go 5 deep in the forward line if you want to, and then use Massimo as like flex, and then Todd Marshall as F6, and then you're ready to go. So it's I don't mind it. Being different is what's going to make you different to start the season, and then it comes down to how good you are at playing Supercoach. So if you like a G-Bags and the rest of your team isn't hurting too much, then go for it. I do think, though, guys like Philthorpe and Darcy, maybe not Cozzy, obviously, but those two, the taller guys, are going to get a bit more points just due to them having more hit-outs. And then it's not just like, oh, Rob's got to run to the forward line. Well, Philthorpe will take it. The same with Darcy as well. So, yeah, just something to watch out for, I think.
I like the Crows fixture more than the Doggies because the Doggies, unfortunately, can't play themselves. They can't stop a key forward to save their lives. Darcy is just ripping his own teammates apart. And I imagine Philthorpe will be able to do the same to them. Not entirely sure who at Collingwood's going to line up on Philthorpe either. I think that's pretty good. And no early buy either. I don't know. I'm a fan of Riley Philthorpe. Darcy, on the other hand, I'm happy to wait, even though the guy is an absolute cheat code. But he's got one of the best defenders in the league 2 weeks in a row. You know what I mean? Like, he's obviously got Taylor in round 2, and you got Andrews in opening round. So he's got a couple of tough matchups to start off with. Plus Gabba at night could be dewy and slippery for all you know, which is not conducive to great overhead marking and whatnot. So yeah, if I had to pick one of those two, of Philthorpe and Darcy, I like Philthorpe. And Cozzy, I'm pretty confident about Cozzy. He's never left my side. Can't wait to watch all the people that have gone tight on R2 Strangle to get a big dog when this... Yeah, exactly. Thoughts on North Melbourne early fixture, mainly for their midfielders?
Look, I think it's good. I think...
Very good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be touching an LDU because I think him is not a problem with potential. It's attitude. But that's why we're all picking Harris Sheasel, right? Is that it's just an auto lock, and that's why I few of us are saying, hey, McKercher is going to be good because he's going to be running off halfback / through the midfield a little bit. Wardlaw's picking up a little bit of steam, but you've just got to hope that his body's there. And then how many of these guys can you carry through plus Port Adelaide's through to round 12 is a big thing too. Because I think my initial first team had something like 12 round 12 players. So that's a little bit too much. So maybe you grab a Wardlaw and say, cool, after his first run, similar to how we had conversations before about Bergman, I just look to offload him. And then that's it. So, yeah,
Exactly.
it works, Michael. Just got to make sure that everyone's fit, really.
Exactly. Harley Reid. There's always attacks against Harley. I agree. Is Harley Reid like a young Degoe? I think Harley Reid can certainly be a better Degoe if he can stay on the right path. I think Degoe hasn't quite achieved everything that he could have achieved. Like, Degoe could have been another Dusty, but right now but I think he's going to end his career as a Kmart Dusty. Yes, he's got a flag to his name, don't get me wrong, superstar, but he could have been more if he was dedicated. Harley is of that ilk. If he can be focused, if he can be disciplined, he has the traits. He has the traits to surpass a Degoe, personally. I think if he ends his career, if he ends his career as a Degoe and not close to a Dusty, I'd be disappointed if I was Harley Reid, because he's got it all. He can do it all. Ollie Dempsey inside minute Geelong training today.
I've seen that. I've seen a few comments and stuff hanging around. There's a few other players that are doing well as well. So we'll wait and see.
Nobody's talking about our man Black. Shush, Globes. Don't talk about Blackston. Not
Black
under
who?
300k. Number
who's
one
this
run
player?
defender who will get rucked DPP. And bro, of course we're gonna have Lockie Blackiston. He's been in my boy. He's been in my side. We love him. What is he average? It's a good question. People who ask me, I say he averages like 85, 90. I reckon he goes about 85, 90. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he accumulates enough to push 100 average. So I reckon he'll go about 90 odd, make us his 150k by the time Brian comes in, and then we just offload him to Brian, and we're laughing. That's my plan, I think. Born in last tear. That's it, man. Remember they used Sam named Smith a few years ago? That's right. That's right. TDK could be a valid option. Yeah, I hear that he's the number one ruck at this point, with Rowan playing more as a forward.
Yeah. For me, it's that there's a lot of mouths to feed at St Kilda, and I think someone like a Flanders in the forward line playing mid will see a pretty good increase worth of scoring. But I'm not convinced that St Kilda's early run is going to be good enough for TDK. To the point where TDK was basically solo ruck at Carlton for a while, and his scoring wasn't that great either. So, yeah, he's good at cheap. If he was like 400k, cool, done. I've seen some people say even go for SDK because apparently he might be roughing a little bit as well.
Oh no, so please, come on.
We'll see what happens, but TDK for me, I'll let other people take the risk, and then if I have to get him, it's going to cost me 50k. Like that's kind of my feelings. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, but Blackiston isn't going to make any cash. Yeah, he will. He'll
make cash.
He will make cash, bro. If he's going 90, if he's going 90s, he will make cash, because Brian did his ACL round 5 last year. He's not coming back before round 5. He's going 90s every week for the. I mean, what's our run like to start with? Remind me. Essendon. Hawks. He's more mobile than Meek. You'll get him on the outside. If he's up against Sweet, he's more mobile than Sweet, and if it's up against Vizentini, he's bigger than Vizentini, because Blackiston's 26. So I think he'll be fine here. Yes, Cherry will rip him in half. Yes, that's
Cherry
true.
will murder him.
He will devour him. He will eat him for breakfast and slurp him up. English will be, yeah. I mean, English isn't a great tap ruck. He could get some hitouts to advantage. And then against Gorn, yeah, not going to happen, probably. And then Wits, he'll get him on the outside. Wits can't run on the outside. So I don't know. I reckon he can. I reckon he can score okay. Make us some money.
The thing with his price is that he's only valued at I think. Let's quickly check. He's really not valued at that much. So 295k is valued at like a 55. Exactly. He should be scoring 70s every week, minimum. You'd hope. Even as just a backline player, he should be scoring similar to that too. So he's going to make you 100k pretty easily. It's just more about, can he jump up and score you that 150, 200k? Can he be a stepping stone, that kind of thing?
Man, he's priced at 55 as a number one ruck.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? How does this guy not make money? Unless he gets injured, of course, which is never outside the realms of possibility at Essendon. Kind of got him at flex. Very nice. 1 or 2 price rides at best.
But then he's not going to get dropped from the team, Hawks. He's still going to play in the back line, yeah? So correct. He's going to be okay still.
180 in round 2? Who dropped the 180 in round 2? I don't remember what this conversation was about. That was happened so long ago. Rod. G'day, Rod. Good to see you. Posting articles on the sort of yes, we are contributing to the Swordplay season guide. If you haven't pre-ordered it just yet, well, good, because we've got a code for you. If you put in C Bounce when you buy it, you put in. I'll make a banner for it actually. If you put in the code C Bounce 10, oh, it's in there already.
I think it's already there.
Where is that? Oh no, it's that's center bounce 10. It's just called C bounce.
Sorry.
Yeah. So if it's C bounce 10, there you go. So if you want and you haven't yet have pre-ordered the Supercoach Swordplay pre-season guide, type in C bounce and when you're purchasing it, and you'll get a 10% C bounce 10.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not 10. It's just C bounce. Correct. You're correct. If you put into C bounce there, as you can see here, you get a nice little 10% discount. Why not? Why not keep some money for yourselves, guys?
If this is what you're interested in too, yeah. We'll still have lots of our content. We'll still have everything going off. The season will pick up once the practice games start as well, when we get a bit more information. So expect a lot of content from us then. But if you guys want to, support Swordplay and maybe get a little bit more, some like team focused stuff, definitely jump on that if you guys want to.
We just love to contribute. We love collabing with people. We love sharing our thoughts, and yeah, that's what we're doing over there. Remember the Jackson and Marshmallow moments? Yeah, man. Good times. The Jackson and Gorn. Yeah, good. Gorn. What articles are you doing? I'm doing an article about the injured fallen primos. So I'm not doing Essendon. I'm not sure who they've got to do Essendon this year. I did Essendon last year, but I'm doing a different one. Are you doing North, Jez?
Yeah, I'll be doing North.
Yeah. I like it. Blackiston is the man. Yeah, Blackiston is the man to start the year. Darcy and mobile should never be used in the same sentence, other than saying Darcy is not mobile. Brian isn't. Yeah, 100%. Brian's not ready to go. Luke Jackson is like Grundy pre-2018, but even better as a forward. Think about that. He's a unicorn, Luke Jackson, a real unicorn. Yeah, absolutely. Blackiston is for sure, and it's not even much of a debate, really. Okay, then you have Young, Sarong, Brayshaw, Jamar. Oh, Jager O'Meara is not playing on ball. It's not happening, man. It's Sarong, yes. Young, yes. Brayshaw, yes. No, but Jager O'Meara is not an on-baller. Wagner might do it. Murphy Reed, yeah, but he's he's playing more as a half forward, Murphy Reed, so that he can be that sort of connector. I'm not overly concerned about Jackson playing much forward time at all, and I'll just bring up that article here from Fremantle, from talking about all of the teams.
Yeah. The thing with Jackson too, yeah, is that they've already got Jai Amos. They've already got, who else do they have, Joe? They got a pretty tough forward line to break into.
Mason
already.
Cox, the big
Mason
kahuna.
Cox, Patrick
the
Boss is in
prancing
there as
pony.
well. Patrick Boss is in there, and I'm pretty sure they've got another one too. So it's not like it's a North Melbourne or another team or a Collingwood, for example, or a Melbourne, where they've got no one available. Their forward line has 3 big men already. Like Jackson, the fact that he can run around is what's going to be used. Port Adelaide Freo are going to be playing very, very tall, I think, this year, and they're going to catch a lot of people out because their tall players are very good. And I think that's what made Brisbane really hard to play against as well, was that they've got a lot of very tall, good players, and I think a lot of teams are picking off that.
As we're doing that, even though I don't think we'll actually start like that.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to start like that. I think time will tell. We'll obviously have more of a sample size of what the ruck setup looks like with round 0 and the preseason game. So, not necessarily. I don't think he regrets it. I think putting out the content, showing all of the brainstorming beforehand, it gets views. It's showing how deeply he's thinking about it. Personally, I think the more content that's out there, the better. It just means that you're looking at it from a different perspective. He's looking at it from a different perspective, so that it's just brought to your mind. You can think about it. If you don't like it, so be it. You don't have to do it. If you do like it, hey, that was an idea I didn't think of before. I think increasing the general knowledge out there for the public, I'm never going to say no to that, even if it is silly. Even if I'm not saying that his video is silly, I'm just simply saying even if there is silly content out there, I'm all for more being out there for people to make informed decisions. Personally, I'm not against it. Stars surely get midfield time to help Reid. It was the major reason that he left the Lions. Stars surely gets midfield time.
Starcevic?
Well, I think Starcevic is injured.
Yeah, I think he's got is it concussion at the moment? I think he blew his head.
No, I think he let's go up to Brisbane. Could have sworn. Oh, that's Adelaide's injury. Starcevic, is it in here? Could have sworn Starcevic had something.
Yeah.
It's not in this. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Minor ACL strain.
Sorry, it wasn't concussion.
Pretty bad. So, yeah. Something to think about there. Squadfather only had the one good year. Every other bumps out. I don't think any of us beloved. It's a very funny man. Oh, I don't know. I think he literally finished 4th after having had 0 trades for like 5 or 6 weeks. And he still finished 4th. It just goes to show how far ahead he was that year. And there's definitely method to the madness. Obviously, am I saying that everything he does is 100%? No one does everything 100% unless you're like the GOAT Shelby. Otherwise, we're all prone to make mistakes. I literally posted a video 2 years ago saying I'm not picking Max Swan because his leg's broken. We all have moments that we wish we can take back, Rod. Oh, please don't pick Jackson due to the mid-hype. You have Sarong, Brayshaw, Young, Reid, plus others taking his points. Then why is he playing? Then why is he being played full-time on ball in the preseason? I can see Young playing as a mid halfback. Isn't that what he was doing before? I can see Murphy Reid.
I think Young's playing in the guts.
Yeah, I know, but he can rotate off the halfback. Murphy Reid, he's more of a forward. He'll play some high half forward as well. I don't know. willing to wait and see. Round 1 isn't tomorrow. 10% chance that Parrish makes it to round 1. And if he does, you're picking him. You need some pods and high percentage picks with a sprinkle of noobs and always set to forget the rucks.
The thing with Parrish too is that his price is in a good position that you can just sideways straight to another player. So you go Parrish, it doesn't work. You go grab like a Brett Daniels or trade down to a Jamara, or you do something. So you're not going to hurt yourself too much, I think.
Causa does not have Daniels in the team.
Oh, well, there you go. We're all in trouble.
What do you mean we're all in trouble? What's that supposed
to
mean?
The Daniels man doesn't have Daniels, Joe. If we pick him, we're in trouble.
Daniels awkward price. Isn't everybody an awkward price? Rod, you're a doggies man. What do you reckon of Connor Butterick or Butterick, however you pronounce it?
He looks all right at training.
Also Connor McDonald. If he's playing on ball permanently, then he's great. If he's not, then he's not great. Time will tell.
Because he did score 90s when he was playing bulk mid-minutes, but he is valued at like an 85 already. So you just have to be careful that he's going to get to that 500K mark that you really want him to be. If he can, then fantastic and you're doing well. But you really just have to factor that in. And we're lucky that we get round 0 to have a look at it, I think, with someone like him. In saying that, Hawks do share with Sydney, with the Doggies, with Gold Coast. So it's a lot of players, man.
It's disgusting
from that week.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Brett Daniels won't be relevant at all. I bet my Who's Supercoach playing days on it.
No, don't say that.
So rude. So mean to Brett Daniels, Cheese. Why? What's Brett Daniels done to you, mate, that you're just going to absolutely blast the bejeez out of him? Jerry and Jackson have round 12 bye. Huge loss of points. Jackson?
Oh, Jackson doesn't have round 12 bye.
No, Jackson's round 14. What do you mean? Yeah. Maltesing.
I think he's mistaken. Maltesing, you are incorrect.
Be happy. Another reason why Freo is so good, why Jackson's so good. I know you're going to have Nick Dacos. We're all going to have Nick Dacos. You can't finish a team without Nick Dacos. But other than that, there's really not much in the primo departments in round 14. We're pretty good. Squad plays to win it. 100%, Michael. 100%. 100%. Massive shout out to him, for sure. Blue Ballers asks you, Big J, how much time on ground does George Wardlaw get to start the season?
Look, I hope he's back to full training. So we're expecting like 80 plus. In saying that, I think it will start off probably in the 70s, just because of the legs, but I'm waiting to see what happens in the practice games first. I would love for him just to be like, yep, back to full fitness, done. The type of midfielder he is, though, I don't think he'll just ever get to the 90%. I don't think a lot of the best midfielders do, just because he's like that acceleration power type player. But yeah, he's been training all right in the preseason, so maybe he'll surprise some people.
I have to say, the Liam Reedy hype died a bit this past week. Couldn't beat him comfortably or matched him.
Yeah, but they might play both. But we'll wait and see.
I mean, it screams volumes, doesn't it? That Fremantle were happy to let him go and pick up Mason Cox instead. I mean,
players leave for more opportunities.
Yeah, and Darcy, I don't know, man. If they were willing to let him go to get Mason Cox, like if you're willing to live with that, that just goes to show you everything you need to know about Liam Reedy, I think. Daniels is okay. Yep, sure. Daniels F4, Jamara F5. Yeah, obviously you have to wait and see if Jamara plays. If he does, and he gets a gig early on in the piece, as mentioned, their fixture is really easy, and he could kick some bags. Like, who's manning up on him at Gold Coast? Against Geelong.
Probably
You know,
SDK or someone maybe.
Yeah, but he's too mobile for SDK, and it's going to be slippery, dewy conditions.
He's better than anyone at Richmond. He's better than anyone at West Coast. And then later on, their fixture's not so bad either. So more about him just being fit. I think there's price
Correct.
pretty easy.
Correct. But if he's playing at the start of the season, it means that he's earned his place in the team, which is huge. It means you start him, I think. And the benefit is you get a free look at him in round 0 in opening round to see how he does against the Cats. And then if he kicks 2 goals against Geelong, start him, please. Because if he can kick 2 against Geelong, how many is he going to kick against Eagles and Richmond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing with Jamara too is there's not going to be a keeper, but
no,
at the very least, he's going to be a really good cash cow to start it off. Kind of that Tex Walker from back in the day. Makes you a cheeky 150K because he's only valued at like a 40. And then you offload him past the first set of early buys, and that's it, really. You don't have to hold
exactly
him.
Right. Tell me, Hammy Joe will be back in 50. Yeah, that's exactly right. He's a rat. The fact that he's had a hamstring, the fact that he has a hamstring is a miracle at this point.
Guys, I am going to drop our third league code. So for you guys who have been in the first 2 leagues, please do not enter. Please. In the next minute or so, we're going to drop the league code. So just get ready with your codes. We do have 65 people watching. So you're going to compete a little bit. But yeah, first in, best dressed. Just keep an eye out.
Myers number 1. Everyone's battling for second. Yeah, man. Now, Myers ahead of Shees. I love it. You're doubling and tripling down on the grind, Myers Cheese. I love it.
Yeah.
I have no paper tissue player. No paper tissue players here, Robbo. Agreed.
Yeah.
None. Thoughts on Heaney or Warner? Nightfall?
I don't mind Heaney as a selection. I think he's always ended up putting himself into being around the mark. His price, probably what his max price for the season is going to be, though. And my only problem with Heaney is that he shares the early buy. Let's go back to it. With Gold Coast, with Hawthorn, with the Doggies, and then Sydney. So if you've already got Rao/Anderson plus Petrarca, you've already got Darcy, a lot of us had Chalor, you've already got English, how are you going to throw another 600K player in there? That's my only problem with Heaney, that you have to give up something, and that's with Goulden as well. Because Gold Coast's early fixture is so strong, you have to give up something to have these guys in your team. It's not like Gold Coast don't have an early buy, because if they didn't, we'd all be running Gold Coast. But that's my only real problem with Heaney. I don't mind him. I think he's going to be around the mark. He's appropriately priced, but share the buy with everyone. So it's really tough to pick them. It's the same problem I have with Grundy. It's just really tough. I'm glad there's not really any relevant Hawks players to start the season, barring economy. Otherwise, we'd be in real trouble. If Dave was fit, Joe, holy moly, people have got $3 million out in that round 3.
I know. I love Heaney. I reckon Heaney averages 115 plus. But the problem is, in reality, that average is less because of the fact that he has an extra buy. Just plain and simple. So, yeah. Thinking of running one around. Yeah, I think that's fine. Even 2, I reckon, works well. Cap and Flash. Nick, Terry from Blue, abroad. Oh, there you go. That's the code.
That's the code, everybody. 176190. Jump on it if you want. That is the code for league number 3. Go for it.
Love it. Back to Terry from Blue Abroad. When a Collingwood training got some video to go, was playing mid and he's kicking inside 50. It was perfect.
Yeah. Look, he's a really good player. He's been wanting to break out for the past 4 years because he's a really good player. But for the last 4 years, his body hasn't been great. That's the only issue with the Goey. If the Goey's fit and firing, a lot of people are going to jump up him after the round 0 game. If he's fit and firing, cool. But Like, there's still 2 months left, and I just don't have faith, man. Like, I'm sorry. The goalie's rough. It's a rough own. You need him to be up and about.
I've flirted with owning him because he's not 30 yet, and because I'm not really invested at all in the round 2 bye, and I think Collingwood have to play him in the midfield. Who else realistically can they have as a bullocking type line breaker? I feel like they have to play the goalie on the ball. And I think as long as the goalie is playing on the ball, I think he is worth the price. I think in the forward line, if he's fit and raring to go, I'm personally not against the Jordan De Goey pick. Yes, it could be fraught with danger, but as we say, if you're going to have an injury-prone player, you start the pick, you don't trade it in, so that you're not wasting a trade, an extra trade. So I'm willing to keep an eye on Collingwood over this preseason, and I haven't put a line through Jordan De Goey just yet. I'm still considering it. Although got all 3 of Daniels, Flanders, and Pooh for round 4. I think a lot of people I think everyone's gonna have Flanders and Pooh.
Yeah.
Now you've got Daniels. Some people are gonna have Ash. Some people are gonna have Callahan. Some people are gonna have Whitfield. So, there's a few Giants players apart from Daniels.
Nass and Sinclair as well.
Nass and Sinclair, 100%. So round 4 might not be as... It's only those 2 teams, but there's quite a few relevant players in those 2 teams. I think Gold Coast and Doggies are a no-go until after round 13 and round 16. Yeah, Gold Coast. But the thing is, the Gold Coast's fixture is a dream to begin with.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gotten the Gold Coast Suns players come the end of the season, then you might not even get them at all. If we load up
You mean at the start of the season, if you don't have them at the
start?
Yeah.
If you haven't got them at the start, correct, then you might not get them at all come the end of the season. So they've got the Gold Coast Suns fixture. Josh, okay, so you got, so people first against Geelong. Raul Anderson should go really well. Then Eagles and Richmond. Melbourne, rebuilding side. Sydney, yes, they're tough, but they're playing in Norwood, the size of my bloody bathtub. You're forced to tackle each other, basically. Then the Bombers torch us at home. UTAS against Hawthorn, that would be a bit tougher. And then the Giants, Saints, who knows? Oh, is that Darwin? Oh yeah, that's a that's a win for the Suns. Darwin again.
And then Roos, who you guys should beat.
Then you got the Roos. And then after the bye, you've got Lions, tough.
It's a bit stronger.
Team HBA, tough. Hawks could be tough. Dockers away could be tough. Pies, yeah, I can see. Who knows what the Pies will be like at this point in the season. Crom away. Doggies, they're always tough matchup in the midfield. Carlton at Marvel, you'd think the Suns get that dub there. But you never know. George Hewitt is a pretty good negating player. Melbourne should be fine. Giants, tough. You got Green and Clary in the guts now. It's pretty hard to win ball with those 2 bulls in there. Lions are tough. So yeah, as you can clearly see, the early fixture is substantially a lot easier than the run home. The start is a dream. If you don't have them at the start, you're not going to see the same type of scoring as you did early on, if you get them in later in the season. Doggies, on the other hand, I think you do want them post-bye for sure. The Doggies have their tough run to begin with, but then afterwards it sort of opens up.
Yeah, and the same with Geelong. The Geelong past the second bye are very good too.
Oh yeah, Geelong. Geelong's run home after their bye. I have to have Baz, Holmes, and Myers almost. I have to have all of them because the Cats' run home at the end is disgustingly easy. We've got Geelong after their bye. All right, yeah, they have Brisbane, but they're playing at home. Giants, then the Saints at home. Melbourne, rebuilding. Collingwood, probably off a cliff by then. Bombers, at home. North, Richmond, and at home. Gee, this is just filthy run home to end the season for the Cats. So, yeah, time your runs. It's not just about who you get. It's really important to think about when you get them. So, yes, I think Doggies after the bye for sure. Gold Coast, you have to start them. You have to start them. It's way too good of a run to begin with. Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised Golden isn't more highly owned. 560K is a massive value.
And that's why we love round 0, to be honest.
Exactly.
So round 0 is great. But for me, it's locking in those big 600K plays as much as I can. Just to pay 50K more for Golden. Okay.
Yep. Current mids, Butters, Anderson, Brayshaw. M4's a pick between Holmes, Callahan, or a sneaky pot around the 550 mark. 550.
Well, I can be sneaky and check.
You've got it at 550K.
He's either going Caldwell or Will Ashcroft, I think.
Yeah,
I think he's going to go Sam Walsh, but he could.
Unless it's Golden, who's 566.
Yeah. Jack, I don't mind it. I think most people are going to have those three or Rowell instead of Anderson. But I think, I don't know if Anderson's taking kickouts, but I think just the new contested rules and the new running rules, them just throwing up the ball may help him a little bit more than a Rowell, who traditionally isn't as fast to get around the ground. I do like Callahan for that same reason, though. It is just a lot of early buy players, that's all, versus some other selections that you can pick that don't have the early buy.
Also, how many mid prices do you think is too much? Got Newman, Young, Reed, Harley Reid, Flanders, C-Mac, and Daniel. Brett Daniel.
It's interesting, right? Because typically mid prices are hey, your players maybe aren't going to be correct selections. And I think someone like a Young and a Flanders, let's take those two off the list because they're extremely highly owned. And I think the majority of people are going to have one or both of those. And then say, is Newman, Reed, C-Mac, Daniels too much? I would probably say one or two of those is too much. A lot of us, though, are running Young and Parrish. So if you say Reed is better than Parrish, okay, I think maybe you cut down to one less. It's just a lot of players that potentially you have to trade out. So if you go on the idea that every spot on field potentially has three trades you have to allocate to upgrading, I think mid prices you can probably say 2. So let's say Flanders is a keeper. You've got like 6 trades times 2 that you've automatically allocated that needing to be upgraded if those positions don't work. So that's my only worry for yourself there, Flash.
I've Golden 2 at M4, yeah. And having Young and Parrish M5, M6, yeah, 100%. I think plenty of great value in all 3 of those options, Golden, Young, and Parrish. Yeah, I think they've all got good value in them. Guys, what do you think about Buderick from the Bulldogs? Playing in defense. That defense leaks a lot of points. That defense is leaking lots of points.
Yeah.
So,
and I think Dale may go a little bit further up on the wing, and the training footage looked good. But that's realistically like the only footage I've seen of him. So I need to see a round 0 before I even consider it. And that's why we've got round 0 with a lot of these teams.
Exactly. So a lot to look forward to. I think at 245, it's pretty hard for him to stuff things up. He should be pretty good. Jackson will be the first ruck, says Joey Boy. him playing midfield is nonsense and totally unworkable. Darcy should have been traded while he had some value. Yes,
Potentially.
I agree. Darcy should have been traded, but they didn't trade him. However, does that mean that Jackson will not be playing as a midfielder? Well, if we look back at his statistics last year, he had more center bounce attendances than he had ruck contests. How does that work if he's not playing? See, ruck contest 37%, CB center bounces 52%. So he's attending more center bounces than he's attending ruck contests, which means that therefore there are parts of the game where he's going to the midfield as an on-baller. So I do think that it is legitimate. The midfield role is legitimate. And you read again that article about Jackson. It says that he has been training, lining up as a pure midfielder in match simulation as opposed to in the ruck. Jackson told Fox Footy that the prospect of playing full games as a midfielder excites him. So I've brought it to another level with that inside midcraft. I'm excited to see where it can go. It's a pretty elaborate lie if it's not if he's not playing any midfield type.
Easy.
Jack, if my boy Ed was maybe 550 to 570k, I'd start him again, but don't want too many around 12. Here, Jack.
Hey, ADR, how you going, mate? Sending on my love and chat soon. As soon as my little fella lets me, we'll watch back from the start. There you go. Thanks, DR. Love the support. And love the fact that we've got 70 people in the chat as well, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Smash subscribe if you're not a member of the channel. And memberships there available for you guys as well. We will be live streaming to our members on Tuesdays. You guys will get a bunch of extra content throughout the year, and we'll have the community team access for you guys as well. So, yeah, exactly. Something a bit extra for you.
Ready to see some more 50 minute? That's what apparently Kingy was telling Corns on SEN. And apparently it's going to absolutely drive him up a wall. 50-minute penalties, I think, have already been quite finicky as it is. I can't imagine them being even more red hot about that. I'll lose my mind as well, probably.
It's going to be great. It's like the AFLW, like you sneeze and then
it will be great, he says. I feel like Whopper will be great in Geelong. Yeah, agreed. Great depth. And it's I don't know how many people are mentioning this, but the Hawks got worse over this offseason. They did not add anyone, and they've lost depth. Plus, Day is injured as well. So the Hawks, for all their bluster and swag and whatnot, they haven't gotten better. They have actually gotten a bit worse, is all I'll say. Currently, I'm using Cripps to get Rankin. He's always big in the Richmond game.
There you go. Done. You want to do that, man? I tell you, Joe, that Rankin round one loop, mate. It's not the end of the world. Few people going to jump on it.
The round one loop. You love
round
to
one
see
loop
it.
for Rankin. We'll make it a thing, Joe, just for fun.
Thoughts on starting Rosie in mids and grabbing Whitfield or Clark in defence? I have Sinclair currently, but I'll probably end up picking Nass instead.
Look, you can 100% do it, Jack, if you want to. I don't know why, though, you would put him in the mids and not just grab a better midfielder. Unless you're really set and you feel like you're going to miss out on a good rookie, like in the back line compared to a mid, then do it that way. But, just grab both. It's okay.
I think Nass and Sinclair can both coexist in your team.
Yeah.
Because Nass is going to be playing higher up the ground as a midfielder.
Probably not in round 4, though.
Yeah, round 4 is going to be a little bit crap, unless, of course, you don't have any GWS players. If you don't have any GWS players in your team, like you're not going Whitfield, you're not going Ash, you're not going Green, Callahan, Daniels. If you're not picking any of those, I think you can survive round 4 with both Sinclair and Nass. I think it's fine. But you just have to be careful that you're not more than those two. Probably not. Because I think those two are both going to be top of line defenders this year. Yeah, it's so difficult. Well done, Mark. Beautifully said. We're all together in this, and yeah, thoughts and prayers. I almost cried, bro. You hit me hard, man. You hit me hard. We'll see. Carlton's rocked up. Exactly right. We'll see it. So Josh Dunkley finally gets ruck status. When he leaves the Dogs, he leaves the Dogs because he's sick and tired of being thrown in the ruck. He goes to Brisbane and he gets ruck status.
But yeah, okay. I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
So perfect. Pickers is an absolute no-go this year. Pickers. Who's Pickers? Pickering? Liam Pickering? Who's Pickers? It's 9:52. You're killing me. Pickers. It'll come to me eventually. I was doing a bit of a dive in some of the premium defenders today. I might click Blakey as a pod. Hey, Geordie, you watch our top defenders video, you'll notice we have Blakey in there. Love the lizard. I think he'll be very good. Will be very, very good this year. That buy does suck in round 3, 100%. I just watched Gorn and his intercepts are awesome, but always wing to defense.
Yeah, because he lines up behind the ball to try and stop the flow of play. That he doesn't take intercepts in the forward line.
Oh, Langy! Good to see you, mate.
What's
How you
up,
doing?
Lang?
Thanks for coming on. Gorn has a footy brain instead of the ball. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what made him so good, man. He does that, and then he gets a kick, and then it's like, whoop, there you go, 20 points.
He's the go. Hey, Stodzy! How you doing, mate? Thanks for coming on.
Stodzy.
Well, that breakdown video to the top mess. All right. Yeah, I'll make a note of that. Top 10 most popular primos, sure. Top 10 most popular primos. No worries, Flash. Your request is my command. Breakdown of Gorn, Sherry, English, Cameron. All right. So just all right. This is now a bit more specific. Breakdown of the rucks, top rucks. Sure. No worries, Crimson. 10 seconds for the umpire. 10 seconds for the rucks to get there. All right. Okay. That's a bit of time. I think this Day of Origin game will be very telling.
Yeah. I think so as well. The only problem is, Geordie, is that I hope it doesn't. You say they're going to be taking it very seriously. It's the first year that it's happened, and there's not as much of a rivalry as like what they have in the NRL. Yeah. So if they played 3 games, if it was a cup, if there was something really on the line, then 100% they'd go for it. But I just hope it doesn't end up like an AFLX where they kind of take the piss and pass each other. Or the Legends game where they're all like, hey, here's the ball.
Rochelle's post is hilarious. Just a little bit. When Rankin was out, let's go back to lead. I know it was quite embarrassing, really, that it was a very poor showing by them. They did not even win a single quarter. In both finals, they did not win a single quarter. Both at home. That is shambolic of a performance. Holy crap. Okay, guys, changed out Meek. I got the money to go big, but I won't. Different. So Cameron in with the rule changes. Yeah. Don't mind DCAM. Don't mind DCAM at all, Mark. Not a bet. I'm surprised you're going for Collingwood player, being a diehard Bombers man, but respect. Instead of Origin game bores me. I just don't know what to expect.
It's going to be a lot of football. More football is better.
Are you guys concerned at all about this? All this about some coaches effectively still? Yeah. So what they'll do, I've heard. Yeah, I have heard about this. That they're going to keep a player in reserve every quarter, to basically play out the last 5 minutes
Yeah.
of the game
Look,
as fresh legs in
I think
each quarter.
some coaches are going to do that. I think some coaches might just play it as. I think some coaches might play it a bit different. They might just say extra rotations and throw players around. We'll see. I think hard to make a prediction straight away, Joe.
Yeah, I have to sit and think about. I haven't thought about it in great detail. Which teams would benefit from doing that? Which teams have a speedster, X factor speedster that they can inject into the game to change? I have to think about that. Maybe like a Richmond or something, but we'll see. Does Moyle finally get games?
I don't know if Moyle finally gets games. They've brought in a couple extra players, and Jamara's been playing second ruck forward. So if King can ruck, Jamara can do it. They've probably got someone else, maybe Collins in the back line. I don't know if Moyle finally does play. Would have loved him to ask for a trade to someone like Geelong, and he would have been playing every game. But yeah, I don't know, because they've also got have they got Reed as well? Is it Archer Reed they've got as well, who also is playing in that forward line? Like, there's too many of them, bro. Gold Coast is too strong.
They're stacked, bro. They're stacked. Yes, we did.
Yes.
I've had Caldwell, says Darren, in and out. What's your thoughts, boys? Can I risk Parrish and Caldwell, or is that a trap?
You go first. I've got my opinion.
Look, obviously, both of them are very talented players. They have had issues with their bodies. We always like to say start the risk as opposed to trade the risk in. I guess a benefit, but they're also in two different sort of brackets. Parrish, he's a mid-pricer, very cheap with tremendous value. Caldwell, you're picking him more to be a keeper. So there's also, therefore, other options that you can trade to in the event that he does get injured. Caldwell is one of those players that is known as a dual threat player, a player who isn't purely reliant on inside ball or outside. He's got the mix of both. He's had a great preseason, as has Parrish, and there's no early buy for either of those two players. Personally, I think you can risk it because I think they're both in our best 22. They're both locked. They're both going to be centre bounce players, and they both can outperform their price point, obviously, and make you various amounts of cash. Parrish, you would imagine more so, given he's very, very cheap. I think you can risk both of them personally, if you want to.
For me, sorry,
no,
I was just waiting. For me, Caldwell's almost never again. If he was a lot cheaper, I might put him in. I've had him the last 2 years in a row, and he's been injured. I've had to trade him in and out again in a row. I'm more than happy to say, okay, I lose out on 50K because I don't think he'll ever be like that guy. Yeah, if I'm forced to trade him in, I am. But every year I've had him in my team for the past little while. He's hurt me. So yeah, Parrish I think will be okay. He's not going to be a keeper, but if he survives the first 6 rounds, being fit coming into round 1, I think you can get him in your team because he's cheap enough. Parrish, my idea in my head, won't pick Caldwell, but Parrish plus a rookie should equal like a primo, and that's all I want, like a keeper primo. So yeah, that's it. Sorry, fellas.
That was so.
I was just considering what I was trying to say. I was just like, hey, let me figure it out in my head. Yeah, I've heard this blue iris. I've heard this. It's going to be interesting. Might be another cheapie. I think he's only 119K.
Ooh, delicious.
Yeah.
Channeling my inner Bruce McAvaney there. Gonna have big nights to start, Darcy.
Ruck only 139. So he's not bargain. Oh no, sorry, that's some piece of dust. He is 119. So yeah, bargain basement price could work out okay. Only ruck only though. So that's my only issue.
Afternoon, lads. Good afternoon, Travis. Currently have
Up, Travis.
Fiorini.
Oh, don't do it, Travis. You're gonna hurt yourself, mate. Just
There's a world
for
where
me,
it
it's
works.
no.
There's a world where it works, but I don't think it's this one.
In draft, chuck him in draft, no worries. But for that price, 515K, I would be more happy to grab a Jack Steele, Clayton Oliver if he's fit. 7K more, you get Petrarca. Like, I know which one I'm going to take and know which one's going to be a keeper in his position for the year.
Yeah, correct.
So,
yeah, Petrarca for 7K more.
Yeah,
absolutely is a forward keeper. He's a top 6
even if he's got an early buy, like you just say,
Correct.
okay, doesn't matter.
Correct. Plus, yeah, we spoke about how piss weak their fixture is.
Yeah.
Use the French.
Yeah.
LDU at Saints.
No, it won't happen. It won't happen. Last
They
year
got
was
no more money left.
Last year was the year that he was supposed to go if he's going to go, but
exactly. But there's no more money left at St. Kilda. How are they going to afford anybody else? They couldn't afford Luke Lee. Maze, good to see you, mate. Don't apologise. No worries at all, my friend. Been watching Essendon supporter YouTube. Paris looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He does. He's tearing it up.
Man.
He's tearing it up. He's fit. So fingers crossed that he stays fit. Trucker injury was the equivalent of being smashed in a car crash, and he kept playing a bit of an ego off the field, but hard as, and will score way better than last season. 18 goals, 24 balls. Yeah, he left a lot of points on the field, absolutely. And yeah, that car crash of an injury was huge. He almost didn't make it through his injuries. Like the guy could have lost his life. Such was the severity of it. And I can completely understand why he'd want to get out and change clubs, get a new lease on life, so to speak, up on the sunshine, Gold Coast, whatever. He'll be good. He'll be good. The only question is how good, because of all of the point sharing, which there'll be a lot of point sharing. Rao, Anderson, Took, him, Humphreys pushes up as well into the high half forward. So there's quite a few points to go around. There might be games where he really pops off and scores big, but there will be other games where he's more of the role player. And maybe it's Took Miller who pops off more, or if it's Anderson, or if it's Humphreys. Humphreys isn't just going to be a good little boy and sit on the side and let Petrarca walk all over it. Humphreys is a proud player as well. And he knows that his contract status is coming up. He's going to be big baller brand. He's going to play big. And he's not going to defer to Petrarca. They might steal points off each other. You never know. I think the Bucks have to wait. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that. Not a problem. Yep, C-Bounce for the 10% discount. Yes, please. It's likely Spills doing Essendon. True. Good shout. Good shout. So I don't feel too bad about that then. Big Dick Tracy, the big kahuna.
Yeah, he's the other one.
Exactly right. Jackson preseason showed us his mid-ability. They regressed him in the season, but if they just let him go, the ceiling is unlimited.
That's it.
True. If Jager plays, he can't play anywhere other than as a mid. Shea Bolton also hovered around that 25 to 40% split. I just think they have too many tools, as Jez mentioned before. They've got too many tools. They don't need to play him as a forward. I think he's either playing as an on-baller or he's rucking. I think that's his game. But I'm happy to obviously wait for a bigger sample size to see otherwise. West Coast have brought in so many players from elsewhere, mostly role players. Not sure how they're all going to fit, chop and change. The rookies, the rookies that we're picking from the Eagles though are not babies. Apart from maybe a Josh Lindsay type, who clearly who was the best kick in the draft, playing off halfback for them. We've seen even spuds like Marich can score like a primo, playing off halfback for West Coast. If Lindsay's got that role, you can't not pick him. And then you got players like Dev Robb. he's not a baby. He's come from a few pre-seasons at the Brisbane Lions. You'd expect him to get a game. I mean, walking in from the best team.
I would look at it as well as saying, similar to how Collingwood's just picked up a bunch of North Melbourne players for their VFL. I think West Coast have done the same, but they've been able to put them on the extended rookie list. So take that with a bit of a grain of salt. They might play a majority of the same players and take the best one or two and play them as rookies. But as you say here, they might not last for a long period of time. And we saw that even last year. There weren't many rookies that lasted for the entire season for West Coast. If they have a bad 1, 2, 3 games, they might be gone. So it's really about them bolstering up that waffle team because I've heard it's pretty bad. And similar to North Melbourne's VFL, if you can't win those games, your kids just can't develop. So they need to accelerate that development as well and create pressure for spots.
Yeah. Game style wanting to see a practice match. Yep, true, correct. Daniel's first team this week without him, trying to pick something else, prefer Coleman cheaper. Yeah, Coleman is certainly cheaper, but not by too much. Have you heard any news coming out of the Gold Coast? Well, Jamara is doing some ruck work. Watch out.
Petrarca's fit and playing well.
Petrarca's fit.
Guys, we've probably got about 10 minutes or so. So let's get those questions in because we're going to finish up about 10:20. Got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good. So if you average 80, probably won't pick him.
Yeah, correct. By the way, boys, I fixed the Sarong issue. My team's up to Tahini. Yeah, I love Hain Dog. I absolutely love Hain Dog. Abs is awesome. I love 100%. Abs is a superstar. Would you go Luke Jackson, Callahan, or Gorn? Which player you go for? 529k. Hope you 2 blocks are well. Thanks, Theo. Let's see. Luke Jackson and Callahan, or Gorn and someone who's 529. Who is someone that is 529?
I would probably just go the first one, to be honest. I think you'll be okay. Gorn will probably be there, but there aren't many mids at that price. You're probably being stuck. Like you could go Petrarca and Gorn. I think that might be an option if you're forced to. Or who else did we pick?
That's Petrarca's the best option at that price point.
But Petrarca's the best option. So Petrarca and Gorn, much of a muchness, I think. Just waiting to see what Luke Jackson actually does and if the scoring keeps up before we make that decision.
Yeah, exactly right. Can Harry Dean be a solid 5, D5 or D6?
Look, we get to see round 0 if the kid even plays, and we get to see what his position is because yes, Carlton do need some help down there, but it's not a set. This guy's going to play this position, and if he's playing lockdown defender, then he's not going to make much in terms of Supercoach.
Yeah, but he won't be. He's going to be an interceptor. That lockdown is Wiedering. Wiedering is one of the best lockdowns in the comp. He's
expensive.
He's expensive, but it's for a reason. Stranger want to do some work. Yep, that's right. Logan Morris takes 6 against Cats. Is Cats' defense really that strong? Not necessarily, no. You're right. It's more of a team defense setup. Can you afford to have Rosie, Butters, McKercher, Sherry, and Chazell? Well, that's 2, 4, 5 players. I don't think it's necessarily a disastrous having 5 players.
No, I think it's okay. I would probably be looking at pivoting McKercher out. But you're picking him because he's going to make you an easy 100k regardless. So, yeah. That's only 5 out for probably the most popular buy.
Correct.
Which is pretty good.
100%. I think 6 is the cap. To go dominant match today, we're considering. I sort of mentioned this before, Peter. I haven't put a line through him. I am still considering him. I think he has to play on ball for Collingwood's best chances. Swans have the worst bias. Yeah, it's true. It's difficult. Any for Brownlow this year. I can totally see it happening. I can feel it, man. I can feel the Swans.
I think it's Bont's year finally.
I can see the Swans finishing top 4, and they're going to be huge. I think the Swans are going to be amazing this year. I'm pretty sure a lot of footy pundits believe so as well. Better go with Kobe McKercher, Josh Waddle, Nick Newman, and Miles Bergman in defence, or go with someone like Connor Rosie, Tom Stewart, Kobe McKercher, and Kitty Coleman. Josh Weddle is a no for me. Tom Stewart is also a no for me. Can you do Connor Rosie? Can you do Connor Rosie, Messiah?
Bergman.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see on Bergman. We'll see what you think.
Or do Rosie, Nass, Rosie, McKercher, Coleman. Those are my 4. Josh Daicos, the line breaker. That he is. Question of where they play him. He's one of those break glass in case of emergencies, isn't he? Josh Daicos. He's underrated, bro. Only because his brother is who he is. The goal is one I'm heavily watching. Yeah, 100%. I'm the same. Cornelio, decent point of difference. Cogs is.
He's too old. For me, he's too old. Or he at least feels like he's too old. And
he's too old.
His body is just broken down too much. Like he'll do really well now, and then round 2 it'll be like, oh, he's not playing. Yeah.
He's 32 with the body of a 3,200-year-old player.
Yeah. That's my only problem, Globes.
Yeah, exactly. It's
or
just
both.
too sexy.
Or both in Petrarca. Nah. I would say that's Gold Coast now, bro. Gold Coast, they're going to change all the rules once they all get their good players, and then it's like, oh.
It's corruption. The Cats run the league. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Gold Coast, bro.
Moment, Butters, McCluggage. No. Gold Coast suck off the league. The Cats are sucked off. My mids at the moment are Bont, Butters, McCluggage, and Callahan. Very nice. Very nice. Do I play Merritt, Butters, or replace one of them for Raul to start with? Oh, I wouldn't take out Butters. Butters, I think, is a lot.
No, it's too good.
You can take out Merritt because he's dead to me. A nice cause, yeah. Oh, yeah, we saw that. Butters, Nick Daicos, the Hornet. No, I wouldn't go Hornet. Young, Trelaw dead. Dersma, pretty expensive. Sharp, yes. Sid Draper also battling groin problems at the moment as well. Muzzy, I wouldn't go there either.
I think it's ankle for Sid Draper.
Oh, ankle? No, I'm pretty sure it was groin. He's doing some running. I wouldn't call CJ Depth. I cringe every time he came on screen to the ball. And yet now for Melbourne, he's the distributor of halfback. I don't know how Melbourne supporters are going to watch this year. Honestly, it's going to be ridiculous. Watch yourself. We're talking about my Hawks, Joey boy. Mate, I have to get it in now because you guys are going to freaking maul us in round 1. I have to get them in now before round 1. Horn Francis injured. Isn't he always? Just get an ice bucket, bro. Who's your lock? Nass or Sinclair?
Look, I don't think I've ever owned Sinclair, to be honest.
What?
I like. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was that year that he was really good, and then I just got outpriced. I think Nazai is really good. I think our finished teams will probably include both. One or both of them having DPP after getting around 6 or 12. Right now, I think it's hard to pass up Naz. Just for the fact that the ownership is so damn high that if he goes 120s, you're struggling. So for the price difference between the two, I think you lock in Naz and say, hey, how you doing? But I want to see round 0 because they do have a lot of players running through that midfield now. So regardless of how good he is, there's a lot of people wanting to score hundreds. And I don't think they can afford to have all of them do that.
I'm going to say Sinclair. I'm going to say Nass is going to cop all the attention. Nass is the star, the first $2 million man. Nass is the one who everyone's going to be paying attention to.
You reckon they're going to bump him off
because of 100%. Sinclair is going to get cheap points from kick-ins more than Nass will. So I reckon.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I reckon Sinclair probably, and he's cheaper as well. What's happened to Draper? Youngcore! Go Youngcore. You've come in right in time just before we finished up for the night. Yeah, Draper's injured again, bro. Plus Trelaw.
That foot.
You were never in my team, bro. You knew you were going to get injured. 100%. Terminator. A how to win a final video from Joe. Easy. Do not be Essendon. You win a final. Causa. Yeah, there was one girl at AFLW was the super sub last year for the Giants.
Yeah, but the Giants won like 2 games. So. I wouldn't be putting
Don't
there.
relate on them. Point is, it would be better for a team balance. Freo need a gun ruck, not Darcy, more than it needs another midfielder. Freo has top class mids to burn. Look, the thing is, Joey boy, I get where you're coming from, and I do think that he is better as a ruckman. Unfortunately, neither you nor I are the coach of Fremantle. All we can do is react and predict what's going to happen with how JL runs the Dockers. If it was up to us, I guarantee you we would have traded out Darcy, but we're not in that position. All we can do is just simply play with what we're dealt with. And I do think, though, that there is room for Jackson to play as a mid because I think too often they need another big body in there to help protect their players. They're not huge players. Sarong isn't in and under nut, sure, but he's not big and strong. If he's beaten to the ball in the contest, he's not beating you on the spread. You got Brayshaw. He tends to get tagged quite a bit, and the tag is very effective. Sometimes they just need that one extra player to give them the protection to open them up, to unleash all of their weapons. Potentially, that might be how they see it. For me, I'd have him in the ruck, 100%. He's a unicorn. We'll see what happens, I guess. What were you saying, Jez?
No, all good.
Nothing?
No.
And on the bench,
No, I believe clubs have 75 changes, mate. It might have dropped down to like 68, but it used to be 75.
Yeah, exactly right. People talking about Dyson Sharp. Where's he going to play? Probably is coming off the bench. Yanko, I think he should play. And it could very well be that I think we know Merritt's not going to be part of our next premiership and we're going to move him on. I think Merritt might end up playing a bit more half forward. He'll start as a mid and push forward. I think Sharp does play. Sharp is ready-made. We wouldn't have picked him otherwise. Ultimately, Dersma, haven't heard too much of him pre-season.
He's playing wing.
Yeah.
He's playing wing.
Not happy to spend $200,000 for a winger.
No.
Joe's talk now. He will play maybe a little later. Farrow could play first, was the talk today from the club watchers. We'll see. We like both of those young gentlemen. Great stream. Thanks, Blue Balls. Darren, thanks. Very nice.
Guys, there is 4 spots left in the league. Would love for you guys to jump on and get it. If you haven't already found a spot in the league team, 176190. Please don't jump in 2 leagues, but there's 4 spots left.
With Parrish and Anderson, do you think Archer Roberts will get to 580 grand? Go Bombers?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's a keeper. I think he might make you a little bit of money. Maybe he gets to 510, but I don't think he'll be a keeper.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Any news on Nick Newman? He had hamstring awareness, Aiden. Oh, good to see you, mate. Hopefully we can hear some songs from you this year. But yes, Nick Newman has had some hammy awareness, which is not great. I like Nazaya for the Brownlow. Don't we all? Sydney will be a big improver, should finish top 4. That's what I said, Joey. We're on the same page, mate. We're on the same page. Daniels at GWS is a pod. He certainly can be. He certainly can be a pod. I feel like GF is distributing due to Salem injured. I know Bowie's out for the 6 months. Is Salem also injured too? Jesus Christ. Poor demons. No Jones for over half the year was playing like a beast in the VFL end of last year. Jones. Oh, still talking Giants. Yeah. He's a very good player. Absolutely. Do we back Harley Reid or get someone else for that promise?
I'm watching to see Ethan before I make that decision. There's a few players around that price, but I'm more set on a young Parrish because both of them have at least been primos instead of now trying to become a primo.
Correct. Exactly. You know what you're getting if they're fit.
If
they're going to be a pig. Absolute.
Aiden, chuck him in your team, mate. We'll get him at some point. Maybe don't start him.
Hey, Woody. Good to see you, mate.
Woody? Good job on the DR video as well, Woody. It's a lot of
Did a
fun. We'll get
nice-
you on sometime if
did-
you want. Hit
So
me up
Sarong
on
or
Twitter.
Washcroft? What do you reckon?
I would say Ashcroft, 2-time Norm Smith medalist. Sarong is very cheap though.
Soon to be 3 times.
Soon to be 3 times. Sarong is very cheap, but I'm a little bit worried that the contested game may hurt him because he's got to run around the ground and be in the contest as opposed to being like saying, "Hey, everyone, stop! Let me get into position and then do that." So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
to play out. Yeah.
I'm Team Ashcroft. Yeah, I agree.
You could pick Merritt. Merritt instead.
See you, Mark. Have a good night. No,
Mark.
we're not talking about Sammy Draper. Never heard of her. Never heard of her, whoever that woman is. And then you got Sam Cumming or Sam Grill.
Well, Grill's playing halfback wing at the moment. I don't know where Cummings playing, but someone playing halfback on the worst team in the AFL or supposed worst team in the AFL. He's probably going to get given the ball a lot. Grill. So he's the only one I'm really hearing about at the moment. So at the moment, I'll go him. And the DPP is nice because I think Cummings mid only.
Yes, correct. That's true. We have such a talented team. Why they say average bit soft, poor coach? It's absolutely coaching.
Soft opportunity, coaching, bad fixture matchups as well. I think they're trying to do too much down back, and they go back to what it was before of let's just play kick mark, and not running the ball, which means that they find it really hard sometimes to get the ball out of their back 50 when it's locked in. Few different reasons why I think the forward half of the team's fantastic. It's the back line that isn't great. They don't really have anyone outside of like Clark. Ryan's okay, but then it's Clark and Ryan, and then who else? So
it's definitely
Josh Draper. Like, come on, man.
It's definitely the coaching for me. I love you guys. Always fun interaction with the community. It's great.
Thank you very much, buddy, and thank you for being a new member as well. Love to keep you around, and thanks for the support.
Only more interactions with you, good sir. Tuesday nights. Hopefully, good. I found nothing from Newman on Twitter at all for the hamstring injury. I don't know where it was definitely making the rounds when the news first broke, but it definitely did break at the time. Great stream. Thank you, Geordie. Hey guys, yeah, sorry that. Jacob Farrow, any good? He's very good. Maltesing, he is very good. He is. Think of a young Jordan Dawson.
Yeah,
that's what Farrow is for us. Mid, half back, cool, calm, composure, good ball user. Yeah, I like him a lot, and he's been given a lot of drills in the midfield, so he could be getting a gig sooner than I even initially thought, which is really huge. Kane, love it. Love you, Woody. Yes, Farrow is delicious. Do you reckon Hunter Holmes will get a game? Not sure. Don't know enough, personally.
Yeah, waiting to see.
It'd be hard to break into a team that made it to the grand final. Baltimore Shelley as a forward pod. Big baller brand. What the hell? I've never mentioned that before.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Waiting to see how it goes through the preseason. There's some talk that he's taking a bit more of the mid-time, which is obviously why you're saying it. But at his price, let me just see. Josh Rochelle, Isaac Rankin's there. How much is Rochelle?
I think it's really cheap. I think it's too much.
$369K. Look at that price. I don't mind it. I remember him when he first started pumping out close to 100s, but I really need to see a lot from him to be able to do that. Like he's competing with a Flanders in my team and potentially a Joel Frazier who's pumped out big numbers in the past as well. So, and then you've got Pickett at a little bit more expensive and then a few other things. So big watch and see. I'm happy for someone else to take the risk and me pay 100K more to get him in a few weeks.
Of course he looks good in the preseason. He's playing against the other Adelaide midfielders, and they were absolutely torn apart by Ned Long in that final last year.
Hey, Travis, thank you very much for becoming a member, Trav. Thanks for the support.
welcome to the coach's box, my friend. Enjoy those emotes, emojis, whatever you call them. Thanks for the stream legends. On your mass, good to see you, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Yummy, delicious. Poet, good to see you. Have a good night. Any news on rookies? For the Melbourne
Xavier
backline?
Taylor looks really good. Waiting to see the rest of them. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm hitting the sack 2 Maltesing.
Me too,
2
Maltesing.
hours and 25. 2 hours and 25 minutes for a Monday. It was not too shabby.
Pretty
So
good.
thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you, all of you, for your generosity. Jack, welcome. The Mr. Spanky, John and Trav, welcome to the Coach's Box. An absolute pleasure to have you. You get a Tuesday night live stream. You get part of the making the community team, which is a whole bunch of fun. And of course, you also get those nice emotes. So thank you all, though, the rest of you, for watching. It was wonderful. 70 odd of you on a Monday night. It is getting closer. It's getting real. And we look forward to seeing more of you as the preseason unfolds.
Guys, we've got a bit more content coming out as we go through as well. So stay tuned for that. And just let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter, whatever you want as well. Hey, this would be a cool video, because I think there's a lot of content coming out at the moment, and people watch what they want to see. So if you've got any suggestions, let us know. I know Joe's got a few things written down. And Causa, thank you very much. Member for 12 months. I think you were our first member ever. So there you go. First member ever. Nice to have you around, mate.
I want to call it the Causa Coaches Box.
Nah, maybe.
Causa's Coaches Box. In my heart, Causa, it'll always be your Coaches Box, mate. But thank you all so much, Cap'n Flash. If you haven't subbed, sub to Cap'n Flash. Great friend of the channel. And we hope you all have a lovely, lovely rest of the evening before you hit the sack, and a lovely week to come.
Catch you in the next one, guys. We'll be back next Monday. See ya.
Boy, where's the button to press? Where's that button? Oh, there it is.